Hey guys, we're watching Volgor's videos, and this is time for a re-review, revisit. And I forgot my camcorder in the house. I didn't want to go back in the house and get it, so I used my cell phone this time. Yes, Pabst Blue Ribbon. I haven't had this since last summer, and I kind of liked it for a while, and then I was just kind of getting sick of it. And then, like, well, it's cheap when I went camping, and then it was a bad experience. I basically got super homesick and depressed and had to come home. It's really pathetic, I know, but whatever. Then my friend took me back home, and then then he went back camping, and then there was some, I think I didn't keep the beer, like the beer that I bought was still up there, and it got warm, and so I came back down, and some of it was okay, like borderline okay, and the rest just got really sour and gross. And that was in cans, not bottles. The one thing that's right about this bottle is it's brown. You know, it's not a clear bottle. I don't like the label. I mean, I can just rip it off and stick it on the wall, so I guess that's one cool thing. But I like the sticker. Or not sticker, like plastic stickers, not paper stickers. Because if you have this sitting outside, in a barrel or something with your cans and bottles, it will, wash away, and then it won't read the barcode when you take the can back in, or the bottle, I mean. So let's pour it up. I've rinsed out my glass. Let's see if that will stand up. And Pabst Blue Ribbon is really cheap. It's only $2 for a tall can, or $2.50, only 50 more cents for almost twice. Yeah, 48. Almost twice your space, your liquid amount. What I don't understand is if you get a 6-pack, it's $4.79. That degrades the value just a tad bit. I mean, yeah, you're getting more of it, but for $4.79, instead of get 6 bottles, 12 ounce, you can get 6 cans of Genesee, and that's 5.5. But yeah, the color is thin and pale. Almost see-through. It actually is see-through. It's thinner than apple juice, But it's got a decent head. Hope you can see part of the way. And it is actually really easy to drink. It's actually pretty good. Yeah. But this is a beer where, well, I guess most beers you have to, I don't know. It seems like this is the one, if it has any temperature change at all, then it will screw up the easiest. I don't know what is this PBR, but yeah. And I don't know if I mentioned before in any of my videos, but let me see if I can get a better spot. But my dad, he hates PBR, so whenever PBR is mentioned, he just says, "Oh, yuck, PBR," and he goes on a story about how he was working and blah blah blah, and somebody was going to go on a beer run, and then instead of getting Busch, his brand, or even Coors or Miller, they got PBR, and he just, I don't know what it is. Ever since then, he hates PBR, and I keep on telling him it's not that bad, it's not that bad. And then one time we got a tall can. Yeah, I think it was 6 tall cans. I think that's what it was. I don't think I bought a case or a box, whatever. Sitting in the fridge, and he was thirsty, and he went for it. I'm like, I thought you didn't like PBR, and he's like, well, I was thirsty. Anything's good when you're thirsty. I'm like, right, sure. I guess so. But on Beer Advocate, it actually gets some impressive scores. Beer Advocate scores 69 out of 100, which isn't too bad for a adjunct lager. Which it doesn't really taste that adjunct-y. Like, I just had a Hams today, and I originally thought I liked Hams. I don't know if I actually done a review on it. I was gonna do it because I got Hams for my birthday. My dad bought me some Hams and some Rolling Rock, and I don't know if it wasn't cold enough, but it didn't like taste quite as good as I remembered. But I drank it and it was fine, whatever. But then when I got at the bar, I thought it might taste better on tap, and it does taste better on tap, you know. But it's still that it tastes kind of corny and gritty, and you know, it's all right, but it just tastes like a Miller. I know Miller owns owns Hams now, but I remember it being a little bit thinner and easier to drink. I don't know if they changed the recipe or what, but that's just me. Yeah, so I don't like Hams as much as I used to. Actually, I think PBR is better. Now I understand the shock, because I was shocked when at my the bar that I go to sometimes. Let me take a swig again. They had PBR, but they took PBR out for Hams, and when they had it, it was only $1, and Hams is still $1 too. But it's not 5% like Hams, but it's 4.74, and you know what? Even for being a quarter of a percentage lower, it's worth it because it's thinner. And so it's easier to drink more of it. It doesn't give you that girthy, bloated feeling if you drink too much of it. If you know what I mean. It almost tastes like it does, actually. I've heard a couple people say this. That almost has kind of a craft or IPA-esque tint to it. Not like it really tastes like an IPA or really tastes like a craft beer. But it actually tastes half decent for what it is. So yeah, the Beer Advocate score is 6 out of 100, and the Bros say 83 out of 100. The average score on Beer Advocate, user average or drinker average, I don't know what you call it, but it's 2.96, and that's pretty decent. 2.96. 3.53 out of 5, one person says. Pastor Ruben's always been beloved in my heart. Blah, blah. As far as cheap beers, Miller, Bud, Coors are concerned, it's probably one of the better ones. There is some flavor and a slight bit of hops in PBR, and it doesn't just taste like watered down beer. And that's true. I mean, I'm going to fill this up again. You drink Busch. Busch just tastes like alcoholic seltzer water, which sometimes that's good for tomato juice. It is the best for tomato juice, but and then we got Miller is like the strongest in corn grits, the corny corn beer, which is okay for sometimes, but not all the time. Coors is more watery. It's between like a Busch and a Pabst. And what am I forgetting? I don't know what Schlitz once upon a time, but I've never had the plain Schlitz. Genesee, that one's I think my favorite in the plain, but actually now I think about it, I like Genesee, but really going back to Pabst, like Genesee's like a plainer Pabst actually. But I like it. It's pretty good. I'm going to give this beer a 7.9 out of 10. It's cheap. It's easy to drink. It doesn't have the higher percentages. I mean, it's not 5%. There was Pabst Ice once upon a time, but you know that's gone. But it's easy to drink, and it's got some flavor, and it's not watered down. It's not too corny. It's just a perfect balance. But you know, don't let it get warm. Don't let it sit in the sun. You know, take care of your beer. Also, thing that I went to Goodwill today, and I found, I Didn't really find anything, but I actually found a controller. I don't need another controller. It was a GameCube controller, but called my buddy. He was looking for one, and I asked him, "Hey, you still looking for a GameCube controller? Does it have a connector, the wireless connector receiver?" And I said, "Yep." It even has the instructions. I'm like, oh, he says, "Okay, cool." So, yeah, $5. So I'm gonna test it out. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, I have to go all the way back to Goodwill, take it back, and get in-store credit. But anyways, as far as beer goes, this is pretty damn good. It's got a tad bit of bitterness. It's not overwhelming. I think I like it more when I pour it in a glass, because that gets more air into the picture. I don't know. But yeah, there's a reason why they're still in business. But actually, aren't they owned by Miller now? That's kind of weird. And what's with Pabst Blue Ribbon and hipsters? I mean, and what's the deal with hipsters? Just because you wear flannel doesn't make you a hipster. There's a difference between a hipster and a logger, you know? But can you tell me the difference? Because I know the difference, but like, what words would you use it to separate the difference? Anyways, how long have I been rambling on? 11 minutes. Well, that's long enough for a beer review. 7.9. It ain't perfect, but damn well almost. Now, I'm really quick. I'm going to go back to my Colt 45 review. I gave that an 8. Or, yeah, 8 out of 10. That's really more like a 6.9. Because that's, you know, girthier and cornier. This is just easier to drink. And when you're thirsty, you know, this is something that's easy to drink. You know, it's almost like drinking water, but it's not like water. It's like beer that's not water, that's not corn, you know. Yeah, I think I've spent long enough on this review. Thanks for watching. See you next time.